Hello everyone, Linda Israel here, and I was digging through my junk. This is a very old manual from several years ago, 2004-2005, in my stash that I was going to throw away, and then I thought, you know what, I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to try to alter this and make it into a large format junk journal, if you will. So this is approximately made out of 8.5 by 11. It's actually 11 by 17 because they are folded in half. There are a total of 28 pages, and then the cover. Some of the pages are blank on the back, and then some of them have print on them. So what I'm going to do to begin with is I've got several colors of acrylic paint laid out here that I thought would look good to be put in the background. So I'm just going to grab a couple more just in case. I've got a little styrofoam palette that I'm going to spray the paint on, and then I've got a sprayer. So if I get out of frame, sorry, I'm trying to get this adjusted. So what I'm going to do is just squirt out a few colors of paint in here. Some of them will be close together, some of them may not be. I haven't decided yet. I'm just going to play. That's my goal. I think those three colors look really good together, and that may be all I use, so I'm not going to worry about the mess. I've got some scrap pieces of paper here too that if I need to clean my brayer in between, I can. And then I've got, these are those offer credit cards and gift cards, so I'm just going to smooth out a little bit of that onto my palette here. And I may use the card every once in a while. I've added paint to the pages that I wanted to add this technique to. So I'm going to clean my tools off because the next thing I want to do is add some white paint. And that'll also give this some opportunity to dry just a little bit. If you are lighter handed and don't put as much on, then the pages dry really fast. I'm trying to cover up a little bit of that text, so I've laid it on a little bit thicker in places. But with the next layer, maybe I can go ahead and get rid of even more of that text. So I'll let this dry and I'll be back. I've picked out a few stencils here. Some of them you may recognize as Tim Holtz and Dilutions, and I have no idea. This one I picked up at the Dollar Tree for, you guessed it, $1. So I thought, well, I'll try it out as well. So now I've picked out 3 different colors, white, purple, and blue. And I think what I'm going to do is just stencil on these pages, whatever design I choose, just so that it, again, has another layer of texture and dimension. So I've got my brayer. This time I think I will use it. And I'm just going to get a little bit of this white paint out to start with. I may need a new bottle. And then I'm going to spread my... Believe it or not, I only have one little bottle of acrylic paint in white, and it is almost empty. So I know I have a gallon of gesso. I have some in a smaller container here just so it's easier to maneuver. So I'm just going to use some of that. Ah, this one's a sticker. I don't know if I wanted... I don't know. We'll try it and see what it does. It's a little bit on the sticky side. So I have gone through and added white in places in the journal. So now I'm going to clean up all my tools, and I'll come back and I'll start the next step that I'm going to do to this old book, or work manual, I guess is what it is. At this point, I have been working on this for almost an hour. Okay, so it took me 30 minutes to lay down the colors, and then it took me 30 minutes to go back through and add some white to this. So now I'm going to pick up a few stamps in my stash. One of those that I know I want to use is from Brutus Monroe, and it's this wave pattern, and I don't have a standalone block big enough. I have my Misty, but I don't have a acrylic block that's quite big enough. So I'm going to use my hands to stamp this, which will give that kind of a sloppy look, but I think I'm going to like that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Locomotive, because it'll be a dark color. We'll see. And I may like the way that looks. So I'm just going to go quickly over the area on this stamp. And I'm not going to worry about it being perfect, because I just want to add texture. So see, that just added a little bit of texture there, and I'm just going to do this throughout the whole book. Just add a little bit of texture here and there. And that was Surface Ink Locomotive by Brutus Monroe that I used with the wave background stamp from Brutus Monroe. And I think I like the way this is looking. I like the texture that it has on there, but the page is smooth, so it'll be easy to write over it. I had one page that stuck to the other, so I ended up just pasting them together with some Liquitex matte medium. So there's actually one fewer pages or sets of pages than I said at the beginning of the video. I like the different colors that those three pieces of paint could put. The texture from the stencils. There's blank pages. I decided not to color because there was no text on them at all, and that way they could remain blank. I just think this turned out really cool. So I hope that this gives you an idea. This is a starting point for a journal, if you will, to decorate it. So again, there's some blank pages, and I don't mind that it got some messy on the edges, but I think it's really cool. I hope you like seeing how I use acrylic paint, a little bit of stamping to make a little journal. I think the one last thing that I want to do, of course, because you know me, I want to spray it with some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. So let me see here. I'm going to clean my stamp with some Squeaky Clean, and then I will get the sprays out. I've got some Dazzling Diamonds, and then I have from one of the kits this kind of a pinkish color, and I'm going to see what this looks like just by adding some Glimmer Mist. This is a real light, pale pink. So that add a little bit of a pink hue to it. So we'll do some more of the pages and go from here. Okay, so I have gone through and I have painted and stamped and Glimmer Mist on this book. So let me show you what it looks like. So there's the cover, inside cover. This had printing on it, so the pages that you see that are fully covered are covering up other information. These are 2 pages because I was in a hurry and I let the pages stick together and it ripped. So this one's thicker than the rest of them. I like the way that this background looks. It looks ready to start journaling or doodling on, or to add ephemera like a junk journal. I wasn't sure where I was going to go with this when I first started, but I'm liking the way this looks, and I may put this aside as a journal that was made out of junk. But not necessarily a mixed junk journal of pieces of paper. I think this is ready to add your own stuff to, so to speak, or start doodling. So I just thought it was kind of a fun thing. I used the Brutus Monroe wave stamp, the Brutus Monroe ink. I used just some cheap acrylic craft paints for the colors. I used gesso for the white paint, and then various stencils that I had in my stash. I hope you enjoyed seeing how to alter maybe a book or workbook or a magazine even, just anything like that, and then prepare it to journal in. Thanks so much for watching today. I greatly appreciate you taking the time to like my video, to share it with your friends if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, and of course comment below if you have any questions or comments about my project today. Thanks so much for watching. Everybody have a fabulous day. Bye.